about mindset. That's what we're talking about this week. And at the top of your page, I want you to write down a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Okay, so fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. So what's the difference? So a fixed mindset is the belief, the idea that your talents are basically inundated. They're gifts that you're born with a specific talent, right? You can't develop any new talents. This is who you are, right? You either have it or you don't have it, right? That is the mindset of a fixed mindset, right? You just believe that, hey, I'm only good at this, and that's what I believe in, right? So when you have that kind of mindset, it leads you to basically tending to avoid any sort of challenges in your life. Okay, when you face a challenge, you're like avoiding that, right? You give up whenever there's a setback. If things aren't going your way, right, you're easily to give up, right? You feel that the effort is worthless, right? It's the whole analogy of, the glass is half empty versus half full. You ignore criticism and any sort of useful advice, and you feel threatened when other people are more successful than you, right? That is what we call a fixed mindset. Now, the opposite of that is a growth mindset, right? Growth mindset is the belief that talents and skills can be developed through hard work, through some good strategies, input from others, right? Very open to critique, right? It leads to desired skills that tend to embrace challenges, right? Very important. You're embracing the challenge. Tom always talks about how do something that scares you, right? Kind of push that idea, push that challenge, right? You persist when you're faced with setbacks. You're like, hey, I know that right now it's not working, but you're persistent at it. It's the growth mindset, right? You see effort as more of a key to mastering something. I put in the hard work, I put in the time, that the 10,000 rule that we talk about to mastering something. You believe in that. You believe that, hey, the more I do it, the better I get, and I can master this, right? You learn from what other people critique you or from mistakes. You learn from those efforts. And you feel inspired when you hear other people more successful. You're like, hey, if that person's doing it, I can do it too, right? So that is, in essence, the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset. So I want to go over some strategies that you can use to help you develop more of a growth mindset, right? So you may want to write these down. So remember this, that a pure growth mindset does not exist. Okay, that does not exist, right? There will be times and situations where you're not going to have that growth mindset. Doubt will creep in, and you're like, not sure if I can do this, again, on that fixed mindset. So when you start to begin to notice that that's happening to you, when you identify, that fixed mindset trigger, right? For example, making your calls, getting to the office, picking up the phone and doing your sales calls, right? That may be a trigger. What's happening? How's that environment? What does that look like for you the moment that you start to feel that fixed mindset, right? Recognize what challenges you have these triggers, right? Maybe it's, your listing presentation and you do it a certain way all the time. And then someone kind of points out something and you're like, no, that's nonsense. This is how it's supposed to be done, right? Again, not receiving criticism, right, is again a fixed mindset, right? And it could be just, this is a award ceremony, right? Every office has different awards right now. This is the time of the year where you're getting rewards. And you know what? Does it come across? Are you getting that mindset? It's like, hey, how is that person doing better than I am? Right? Does it ever come across your mind? How is it possible? Like, they barely speak English. Like seriously, how are they selling more to me? Remember, that's a fixed mindset, right? Look for the triggers and why that's happening, right? Next, I wrote down here is find ways to reframe your thoughts and coach yourself here. Okay, really coach yourself when you're falling into that fixed mindset persona, right? Again, we all have it. Recognize that and coach yourself and say, hey, that's not the right mindset. That's a fixed mindset. I really should be working on my growth mindset, right? So-and-so William did better. How did William do better than I do? Right? Seriously, how did he get that reward, right? It's like, I should be like, great job, right? That's awesome. Let me work on myself because it's me. It's me versus me. It's not me versus you, right? Number 3, I wrote down strategies to develop a better growth mindset is use the power of the word yet. Y-E-T, yet. See, when you hear yourself that's saying something like, hey, I can't do something, add the word yet at the very end of that statement, right? I can't prospect well yet. Just put in that word yet, right? I can't get a listing appointment yet, right? I can't find myself a new listing yet. Throw in the word yet because that solves everything for you. That changes your brain a little bit, right? Remember, you're using your conscious mind to program your subconscious mind. And when you find yourself in that kind of fixed mindset that you can't do something, just throw in the word yet to change the perception of it. Again, working on your brain here, right? Next I wrote down is accept that you do not and cannot know everything about your specific skill or be dominant in a specific area in your life, right? We're all going to have some fears. We're all going to have that fixed mindset. So just accept that. Okay. What else do I have here? I wrote down, hey, become a lifelong learner. That's a good one. Be curious, right? Are there agents in your marketplace that are doing way better than you are, right? Find out why, right? Why? What are they doing right now that you're not? Can you copy them? I'm a big fan of R&D, better agents, better teams, better people, better, what are they doing? And when I say R&D, it's rip off and duplicate, right? It's ripping off and duplicating what it is exactly that they're doing, right? You're in an amazing ecosystem where there are tons of agents, like really, I'm thinking about like billion-dollar producers here. Like we got some big producers here, right? Why not reaching out, looking at what is it they're doing? What are they doing on social? What are they doing in their business? How are they growing their team, right? And emulating them, right? R&D and what it is that they're doing. So being a lifelong learner. What else do I have here? Seek out information and skills that you currently don't have. Who here calls for sale by owners? Come on, they've put up their hand. They want to sell. Are you kidding me? Like that would be the holy grail. They're like, hey, we actually have a need, right? How amazing would it be to develop the skill set to working that lead source and putting that lead source into your business, right? Don't be afraid. Find out what's going on. Hey, for my buyer agents on the call, the ones that really rock buyers and not so much listings, why not step up your listing game? Why not learn how to do a great listing presentation, right? With the objection handlers and everything in it, right? And there's another one, objection handlers. What's stopping you? What's that question of concern that you get from a client that all stops you in your track? Why not take the time to figure out, hey, what's the skill that I need to learn to be better at handling objections, right? Okay, what else did I wrote down here? Yeah, work hard to increase your knowledge and skill. Yeah, give up the idea that you need to be superior in all areas of your life. That's not going to happen. Okay, that's a fixed mindset. I need to be the best there. No. Right? We're always learning, getting better. We're always improving. Focus on the enjoyment of learning. Okay, that's a growth mindset. Find ways to remove any sort of pressure instead of promoting, and find ways to remove any pressure to excel and instead promote enjoyment in actually the process. That's all part of the same thing. And last thing here is accept that setbacks are part of the process and ask yourself, what can you learn from this? Right? Love that. Now, strategies to help you promote a growth mindset in those that you lead. So this is for my team leads. Remind others that the brain can get stronger and grow according to the process that we're involved. Model efforts to those that are more successful than you are. Find help from someone. That's another one. Coach, I'm here. Find help if you have an area in your market that you need to improve upon, right? Praise learning. As team leads, remember that everyone's learning. So praise their efforts rather than the outcome. I really like that. I'm a fan that if you're going to gamify something, right? If you're going to gamify and get motivating your team, as opposed to focusing on the results of the team, focus on the process. See, the process is way more important than the actual results. If someone's getting up at 4:30 in the morning to be on my call, William, Owen, Shannon, Colleen, hey, I'm praising the result. I'm praising the fact that you're here, right? And thank you for being on this call. Really appreciate that, right? Promote and look for what it is that they're doing versus the results, right? We're going to praise that. And then the last thing here is watch your reaction response to failure. That's key. Don't overreact when it comes to failure. Remember, it's a learning process. Okay, so those are my notes when it comes to a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Does anyone have any questions regarding either or? Does anyone have anything they want to add to it? All right, I want to finish off with this mindset video, and it's actually Tom Ferry talking about this, right? So it's a quick 2-minute video. We're going to jump into that, and I'll answer your questions at the very end. So let's jump right into it.
How do you feel about change when it's forced upon you? That's really about adaptability, and that's the game right now. In Dr. Carol Dweck's extraordinary book, The Growth Mindset, she talks about when faced with something new, a chance to grow, a chance to learn, a chance that maybe squeezes you, you fall into one of two categories, either a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. The fixed mindset, something new is presented and we resist. We resist for fear of loss, of looking bad, of rejection, of wondering how others will feel about us or what they will say about us. The fixed mindset kills you. Where the growth mindset, you lean in and you say, hey, maybe the new norm is doing listing presentations via Zoom. Maybe the new norm is pinging my friends and saying, let's meet on Zoom or Google Hangouts and have happy hour and, hang out and socialize and do it in the new norm. Like, we are in a moment in time where the growth mindset matters more than ever. Check yourself. How adaptable are you, right? Everybody talks about, I love change when it's in your favor, right? It's a new baby, it's a new car, it's a new sale, it's a new relationship. How do you feel about change when it's forced upon you? That's really about adaptability, and that's the game right now. The game is, can we be adaptable? Can we stay in the growth mindset? Can we just accept things as they are versus complaining, shouting, getting angry, being upset, unleashing all this emotion versus the lion or the lioness who says, this is the new norm. What pivot do I need to make? What adjustment do I need to make? How can I be more adaptable? How can I stay in the growth mindset? What do I need to learn in this moment so I can serve? That's the game right now. How adaptable are you? And where's your mindset today? Fixed or growth? Let me know in the comments below.
All right, guys, questions, concerns, hallucinations? No, everyone good? So please unmute yourselves.
Danny, where'd you find that video?
Tom Ferry. Just go to Tom Ferry at the YouTube channel, and it's under his Monday motivation.
Okay,
right?
cool.
All right, or if you just type in on the search bar on his, just look for fixed and growth, and it pops up. Okay?
Awesome stuff. Thank you.
All right, guys. You guys ready? What day is it today?
Money
making day.
Oh, come on. I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling it. Come on, let's do it one more time. Loud and proud, baby. What day is today?
Money making day, baby.
It's a money-making day. If you're on this call, it's a money-making day for you. So what do you need to do today to help you move the needle in your business? You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Danny.
Thanks, Danny.